Hello everyone, DMFF here, and this is probably going to be my last Genesys deck tech for a while. But here is Red-Eyes Metalmorph. This fuses the Red-Eyes strategy alongside the new Metamorph strategy, and it functions quite well. So we will get right into it, and we'll start right off with the Metamorph stuff. And easily one of the best cards in the deck is going to be this Red-Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon, which is a boss monster. Cannot be normal summoned or set, and must be special summoned with max Metamorph that was activated by tributing blah 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 blah. You can also reveal this card in your hand and set a Metamorph trap from your deck, and if you do, shuffle this card into the deck, so it's not a dead card in your hand. When it is on the field, though, it's an Omni Negate, which is pretty great. Then you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of one attack position monster your opponent controls, so it's burn on top of it. So 3,400 attack as well. This guy is huge, and also we'll get our Metamorph stuff to be able to get this out. The other boss monster in the Metamorph package is Metalzoa X, which is smaller, but a 3k isn't too bad. Also cannot be normal summoned or set, and has the special summon condition with max Metamorph, but you tribute a level 5 or higher Fiend monster instead. You can reveal this card in your hand, also the same exact thing, set Metamorph from your deck, then shuffle this back into the deck. So it's, again, more consistent than other strategies. You're not having a dead card when you have this in your hand. You can get your Metamorph stuff going. When this is on the field, however, you can use the effect of this. Okay, the other effect is twice per turn when your opponent activates a monster spell effect. Like either one. Quick effect, you could target one face-up monster your opponent controls and pop it. So it's, you know, good pop ability to go alongside the Omni Negate, which does not destroy. And we have 3 copies of Red-Eyes Metal Claws Dragon, which is very similar to like a Red-Eyes Black Dragon in stats overall. When this is on the field, Metamorph traps can be activated the turn that they were set, and you can only use each of the following effects of Red-Eyes Metal Claws Dragon once per turn. You can send one face-down trap, or one face-down card you control to the graveyard to special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special, and you have a max Metamorph on your field or in your graveyard, you can add a Metamorph trap from your deck to your hand. So this is really consistent, a really good starter card. We can get it out on the field pretty consistently. It's a pretty great card for the archetype we're going for here. And that's all of the Metamorph monsters that we have. Now we're going to get into the Red-Eyes package. And a great way to get Red-Eyes Metal Claws Dragon onto the field without utilizing its effect or anything like that. Be 3 copies of the Blackstone of Legend. You can tribute this card to special summon a level 7 or lower Red-Eyes monster from your deck. There are lots of targets for this. As you can see, we'll get into those shortly. If this card is in your graveyard, additionally, you can target one level 7 or lower Red-Eyes monster in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, add this card to your hand. But you can only use one effect of Blackstone of Legend per turn, and only once per turn. Really great starter card as well, as we are running 3 copies of it here. Next, we have Red-Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, which is not just Red-Eyes support, but Dragon support. It can special summon itself by banishing a face-up dragon monster, and then can special summon dragons from our hand or graveyard, which is just really good in a deck that runs lots of dragons. We have 1 copy of Red-Eyes Soul, which is essentially a hand trap that... It's essentially a hand trap. Whenever your opponent special summons a monster, you can discard this card, special summon a Red-Eyes monster from your hand or deck, except for Red-Eyes Soul, so you can get other Red-Eyes monsters from the deck this way as well as for defense or anything like that. If this card is on the field, it has a quick effect where you can target a Red-Eyes Black Dragon you control, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. And you can only use that effect once per duel, but that's usually never going to go off, though sometimes it does come up with you can special summon this guy from the graveyard. We have one copy of Red-Eyes Archfiend of Lightning. This is basically going to be sent to the graveyard a lot with cards like Red-Eyes Insight, but is great fodder to be special summoned from the graveyard, and is a Gemini monster. It's basically just summon Skull until the Gemini effect is activated, and once per turn, if you have the Gemini effect activated, you can destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls with defense lower than this card's attack. So, it's kind of a board wipe that can be utilized in this deck. One copy of Red-Eyes Black Meteor Dragon is a really good card. You can send one level 5 or higher normal monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand, then increase its level by 1. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add one Red-Eyes Fusion from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effect of Red-Eyes Black Meteor Dragon once per turn. Pretty good card. Being able to special summon itself is pretty great, and being able to get Red-Eyes Fusion back from your graveyard is pretty great as well. We have one copy of Gearfried, the Red-Eyes Iron Knight in here. Pretty good. If either player equips it with anything, you can destroy the equipped card and then destroy a spell trap your opponent controls. Also, once per turn, you can send an equipped card you control that is equipped to this card to the graveyard, then target one level 7 or lower Red-Eyes monster to special summon it. So not a bad card. Can definitely have some shenanigans and can also be sent to the graveyard for a fusion summon, but is usually not the intended targets for our warrior monsters for that. We have one copy of Red-Eyes Wyvern that is best sent to the graveyard with Red-Eyes Insight. During the end phase, you could banish this card from the graveyard, target a Red-Eyes monster in your graveyard, and special summon it, as long as you didn't normal summon or set during the turn. Finally, to round out the Red-Eyes portion of the deck here, other than the two Red-Eyes Black Dragons, is Black Metal Dragon. You can target a Red-Eyes monster with this from your hand, equip it to it, it gains 600 attack. Then if it's sent to the graveyard from the field, you can add a Red-Eyes card from your deck to your hand. That includes spells and traps. Really good stuff. We have some generic stuff I want to cover as well in the deck, such as Necro Gardna, a generic warrior that likes being sent to the graveyard for fusion summon with Red-Eyes Fusion. It's an attack negate from the graveyard. The other warrior monster that we like to send from the deck to the graveyard for fusion summon is Steel Stringed Sacrifice, which likes to be in the graveyard or in your hand. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can reveal one level 5 or higher monster in your hand, which we run tons of. Then activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect of it once per turn. During the end phase, lose 1,000 life points if you did not normal summon the revealed monster, or a monster with the same original name, after activating this effect, so chances are you're taking the 1,000 life points. But after you reveal the level 5 or higher monster in your hand, you can special summon it from your hand. You can special summon Steel String Sacrifice from your hand, which we're not going to because it's going to be in the graveyard. You can add this card from your graveyard to your hand to be able to do it again at another time. Or you can banish this card from your graveyard to add a level 5 or higher monster from your graveyard to your hand. So, many different effects that this card has. It can utilize the effect to go back to your hand, so then you can special summon it. If you do special summon it, you can go along with a lot of your level 1 monsters for a level 1 Xyz if we need to. It's an interesting little card where we can get little recursion out of it, and it's not bad, as we're going to be sending it to the graveyard most games. We have two hand traps, with Droll and Lockbird being actually really good in this deck. We can turn off our opponent's ability to add cards from the main deck to the hand, which is really good, and synergizes well with a monster in our extra deck. Finally, we have one copy of Rocket Synchron. Unfortunately, we're not really going to be able to do any shenanigans where we can get Red Archfiend Abyss out. Essentially, we're going to be getting out any of our level 6 or 7 Dark Dragon monsters from the grave to be able to go into a level 7 or level 8 Dark Dragon monster in our extra deck. So that's all the monsters. Let's get on to the spells and traps. Incoming Machine is our Metalmorph Searcher. Add a monster that mentions Max Metalmorph or one Metalmorph trap from your deck or graveyard to your hand. If you control a Metalmorph trap, you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target a defense position monster your opponent controls and change it to face-up attack position. We're only running 2 because it is 33 points. We would be running 3 copies of this, but instead we are running 2 copies to save on points for tech cards. 2 copies of Red-Eyes Fusion. As long as you don't normal summon or special summon, you can play this and send a Red-Eyes Black Dragon and any other fusion materials from the deck to the graveyard to make a fusion monster. Which we have 1 fusion monster that we go into, 2 copies of it. 3 copies of Red-Eyes Insight to be able to search for any of our Red-Eyes spells or traps, and also send some of our key pieces of our Red-Eyes stuff to the graveyard. 1 copy of the Claw of Hermos to be able to perform various different things from the extra deck with this Claw. Now we'll get on to the traps. 3 copies of Max Metalmorph as our main Metalmorph card. You activate this by tributing 1 face-up monster, special summon 1 monster that cannot be normal summoned or set, and that mentions Max Metalmorph from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Then you can equip this card to it with the following effect. So you're going to have to tribute a level 5 or higher either Fiend with Red-Eyes Archfiend of Lightning or Dragon with any of the other Red-Eyes stuff to get out either Full Metal or Metal Zoa X. When it becomes equipped, it gets 400 attack and defense and cannot be destroyed by your opponent's spell or monster effects. Also, your opponent cannot target it with monster effects or spell cards or effects. Really good. Adds protection, makes the guy strong. This guy's going to be this guy's going to be a 3,800 attack. This is going to be a 34. Like, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. 1 copy of Red-Eyes Fang with Chain makes it so then we can make multiple attacks or even be a unique form of removal. As you can send this equipped card to the graveyard, then target 1 effect monster on the field. Equip that target to the monster that this card was equipped to, and if you do, while a monster is equipped to it by its effect, its attack and defense become equal to the original attack and defense of that equipped monster. So you can take something big and make your own monster even bigger, so it's a pretty cool form of removal and provides double attacks. When Red-Eyes Spirit as a really solid trap monster reborn for Red-Eyes monsters. Return of the Red-Eyes is a continuous trap that makes it so then if you control a Red-Eyes monster, you can target a normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. This actually counts for Red-Eyes Archfiend of Lightning as well, as it is a normal monster in the graveyard. So you can bring that back a whole bunch of times, which is pretty cool. Really awesome trap. Also, if it's destroyed by an opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, you can target a Red-Eyes monster in your graveyard and special summon it, which is awesome. 2 copies of Solemn Strike as solid monster negate for going first. And 1 copy of Time Engine, the other Metalmorph card. It's always treated as Metalmorph. If a monster or monsters you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can target one of those monsters, special summon it. Then if you special summon a level 5 or higher machine monster by this effect, and have a Metalmorph trap on your field or in your graveyard, except this card, you can destroy as many monsters as possible your opponent controls, then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the special summon monster's original attack. So it's pretty cool stuff. That's the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck now. 1 copy of Red-Eyes Black Dragon Sword for the Claw of Hermos package. When it is special summoned, it can equip onto something. It gives it 1,000 attack, and then an additional 500 attack and defense for each dragon monster on the field and in the graveyard. you can make a monster get absurdly huge with this card. Another one here is Goddess Bow. Again, when it's special summoned using Claw of Hermos, it can equip to a monster. While it's equipped, when this card is equipped to a monster by this effect, negate the first effect activated by your opponent during each battle phase, which is really great battle protection. Also, after that, the equipped monster can make a second attack during this battle phase. So it has the ability for protection and can make a second attack if it does negate an effect. If you're not worried about effects, though, and you want double attack and even a little bit better, we have Rocket Hermos Cannon, which must use a warrior monster. But when it is equipped to a monster, it can make 2 attacks, and it also pierces through defense monsters. So that's really cool. The main monster that we're going to be getting out with Red-Eyes Fusion, the only monster, is Red-Eyes Dragon, which is really great. It just needs a Red-Eyes Black Dragon and a warrior monster, which we have plenty that we're going to be sending. When a Red-Eyes monster declares an attack, you can target a warrior monster in your graveyard and equip it to this card. As an equip card, gives it 200 attack. When a card or effect is activated that targets a card you control, quick effect, send an equipped card you control to the graveyard to negate the activation and destroy the card. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon as many monsters from your graveyard as possible that were equipped to this card. So this is a really cool boss monster as well that provides target negate. Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend as the premier level 8 board wiper available for our Rocket Synchron. Quibelt the Blade Dragon is probably the best level 7 Dark that we could go into that can pop when it is summoned. Also, when it is destroyed, you can target one face-up monster on the field and that card can't attack until the end of their turn. So, that's something as well, I guess. Now we'll get into the Xyz package. As we will be getting multiple level 8s that are dark on the field at the same time, we are running number 22 Zombie Stein as a really strong 4500 attack monster that has almost like an Omni Negate on it, where you can detach a material from this card and send one card from your hand to the graveyard, target a face-up card your opponent controls, change this guy to defense position, and negate the target's effects until the end of the turn. So it's pretty neat. Then we have one copy of Dark Armed, the Dragon of Annihilation, as solid pop potential, and we can even go into this if we have exactly 5 dark monsters, using one level 5 or higher Dark Dragon monster as material. One number 11 Big Eye as a great way to just take our opponent's monsters, another form of removal. One copy of Red-Eyes Flare Metal Dragon as a halfway decent floodgate for our opponent, basically making it so that they're going to take damage every time they activate a card or effect, which is like chain energy on a Red-Eyes, which is just really cool. Also, you can, once per turn, quick effect, detach one material from this card, then target a Red-Eyes normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it, which is great. One copy of Volo Fernigus, the Darkest Dragon Doom Rider. What a silly name. But once per turn, you can detach 2 monsters from this card, then target a face-up card on the field, destroy it. And if you destroyed a monster, you can make one face-up monster you control gain attack equal to the destroyed monster's original level times 300 until the end of the next turn. This card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. And it is a quick effect if you have a dragon monster as material but cannot be activated during the damage step. So this is a quick effect that we can activate many more times than not to be able to pop a face-up card. One copy of Time Thief Redoer. There are times where we're going to have 2 level 4 monsters on the field. It is very rare, but it can happen sometimes. And Time Thief Redoer is just a overall general nuisance to be able to take stuff from our opponent's deck. As we will also be having multiple level 1s on the field sometimes, we have one copy of number 63 Shimoji Soldier, which you can only use each effect of it once per turn, but you can detach a material from this and activate from one of these effects. At the start of your opponent's next standby phase, each player draws a card, or each player gains 1,000 life points. What I really like to do with this card, if I'm able to do so, is I will get this out and activate this effect where we, at the start of the opponent's next standby phase, we each draw a card, and because we each drew a card, I will be activating Droll and Lockbird, and it will effectively lock them out of being able to add cards from the hand, or from the deck to the hand, for the rest of the turn, and they didn't even have to activate anything to do it. It was able to be done with this Shimoji Soldier, which is really cool, a really cool interaction that the deck has. The final extra deck piece here is Sylvan Princess Sprite, which is, you just detach a material from this card, excavate the top card of your library. If it's a spell or trap, add it to your hand, otherwise send it to the graveyard. We're not even going to pay attention to the last part of the effect because it is not going to be viable. This is basically just to dig more deeply into the deck, and is an 1800 body if we need it, because the level 1s are pretty weak. So that's the deck. Let's get into the side deck real quick, as it's pretty basic. We have technology for both board breaking and back row removal. Nibiru, the Primal Being, we have 2 copies in the form of hand trap board breaking. We have 1 copy of Radian, the multi-dimensional kaiju, for tributing over if we really need to. 2 copies of Artifact Lancia for anti-banish technology. 2 copies of DD Crow for targeted banishment from our opponent's graveyard. 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone for back row banishment. 1 copy of Dark Hole for additional board breaking potential. 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More to help facilitate the board breaking, and 2 copies of Twin Twisters for even more back row removal. So that's the deck of Red-Eyes Metalmorph. Hopefully you really enjoyed it. This will be a deck that KMAL 3170 will be playing against my Windwitch Artifact Invoke deck. So yeah, it should be a ton of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed the deck, as I really do think that this is a fun Red-Eyes build that you can play in this format. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, do all the things. It really does help my channel grow. Thank you so much to KMAL 3170, speaking of, for being my one VIP DMFFer. If you would like your name read off at the end of my videos, you could join my Patreon, which is found in the description. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.